Hello again. Hello. I don't know how the rest goes. Welcome to Messages from Spirit. If you're new, I'm pretty goofy, but I'm also pretty honest. And I don't know. I guess you'll see. um, Messages from Spirit is just a message that it's just I tune in to your guides, my guides, fairies, leprechauns, unicorns, everything you can imagine. I just open up to receive anything that is for everyone's highest good. It's to give you some encouragement, little winks from the universe about certain things going on in your life and that you're on the right path. Or sometimes they're warnings of things to come as well. So it's always different. It's always different. So I just got the word hustle. Hustle to the stars. Hustle to the stars. That's interesting. So you might be, now the stars are bright futures. Oh, they're saying it's a race to the finish line. A race to the finish line. So I feel like it has to do with our world events. Like they're like hop on the highest timeline. I see all these shifting boards going to different timelines, or like you're in some kind of a fun carnival thing. And they're like, get on the right, so that you go to the timeline that you truly want. And they said continue to align with source. Okay. Oh, they want me to pull a Kuan Yin card. Okay, to speak to that. Hey. Somebody just said, you're not pretty honest, you're very honest. Well, that's true. I was just saying pretty because I said pretty before. Okay. Medicine of the Divine Mother. Now, I will say this too, like going forward into the new earth, the Divine Mother is being like resurrected, being brought back to the forefront. The mothers as the leaders, the ones who give birth to all in any creation. Yeah, that was interesting that just came through. Okay, choose your divine medicine to feel grounded and peaceful. Your morning walk, daily prayer, or yoga class, your time to dance each evening or meditate, to do an oracle card reading or sit quietly with a cup of tea and reflect upon what you're grateful for in the moment. Simple daily routines done with awareness allow you to feel my love for you. Now, some masculines or some men are afraid that when the divine feminine comes into her power, then she's going to all of a sudden take over. But that's not how the real true divine feminine. Oh, that's why they're afraid. They've been put through their karmics, and the karmics were bullies, massive bullies, and super manipulative. So some males are afraid or concerned that the divine feminine is going to be like their karmic. This isn't the kind of divine feminine energy I'm talking about. Those are not divine feminines. Divine feminines are in their power, but in a very loving, nurturing, like the most incredible mother you can imagine kind of energy. So tapping into source, tapping into your meditation, yoga, those things that are healthful for you, keep you connected to God, but also keep you in that feminine receptive energy that is going to help evolve our planet. Okay. I forget the things that I say, so I don't even know how that goes along with what I said initially, but like, so okay. They just said too that money, if you've been feeling stuck with money, like it's either slow going or you feel real stuck, like it's just not going anywhere. They just went straight up. It's about to go, you're about to get very unstuck and start moving forward in some way. Hang on a minute, because I got to get a clarifier. I think I know what that message is. This is still in regards to money. Yes. They said to get out of your own way, that this has been a test for you. They're saying that the devil is tempting you with, you're going to fail, you're not going to do very well, you're not as good as other people. Like the devil's been trying to like talk you down, and make you feel imprisoned and enslaved, or wants to make you feel imprisoned or enslaved. You need me, you know? The big G says, you need me to recover from all this stuff that I did to you. Total narcissist, psychopath type behavior. I, set fire to your house. So now you have to come over to my house in order to have that shelter that you want, but you're always in bondage, right? But you're going to break free of the devil. You're going to break free of those chains and the mental conflict that was causing. And you're going to surrender to trusting the divine flow of love and life and goodness. And you're going to be receiving that. It could also be in the form of true love, because you have one cup pouring into another cup. Maybe something that you feel is divinely timed, something that maybe took quite a while to happen, is about to finally happen. Maybe your other half was in his shadow side and he's now surrendered. So he or she is surrendered. So they're willing to share their feelings with you or reciprocate with you now and pour their cup into you, and you guys will be celebrating. Maybe having some drinks, maybe like going out on the town, dancing, whatever it is that you guys would do to celebrate. And you're going to be celebrating that he got into his courage, that he got away from someone, he balanced out and became more healthy, so you guys could go forward unstoppably, and that you have a passionate new start opening up. And it's with integrity and based on truth and clarity. They just said, I just heard, it's like a commercial I've heard or something, but I heard like, no matter what. Yeah, I just heard somebody say that their masculine said something the other day that was so cool. He said, I love you past my fears. I love you more than my fears. So he knew you were a gift from God, and he was totally dissatisfied, ignoring you due to his own worries and self-imposed prison, maybe even betraying himself through betraying you. He had to get through the temptation of the devil. He was holding you out in the cold, locking you out in the cold, and it did not sit well with him. He did not feel good about that at all. So now he's going to be really putting in some serious effort to be strong, to make an intuitive decision to go to team up with you and collaborate with you. He knows you guys have unfinished business he needs to get to, and that is shaping and forming his true fulfillment, the desires of his heart, the true desires of his heart. He went through a period where he really hated himself for all of that, for ignoring you, for leaving you locked out, for hurting you, for betraying you, all of it. But he's been working on really loving himself. So he says, please trust me. I have a plan. I know what I'm doing, and I'm coming for you. Just give me a little bit more time. So we do have Valentine's Day coming up. Hopefully he's planning to do something for Valentine's Day to make up for it. And I just looked at the word unstoppable when I said that. So Spirit, is this true? Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So it actually, they're not answering this. They're saying, that with the karmic, they kind of like in our world, how there are a bunch of things that are untrue and they're illusions. There are actually a lot of ways that you can tell that the whole thing is faked, everything that's going on television right now. And a lot of it, it's like we already have the end that we know that we're coming to. We're not going to have to go down the path that they would have wanted us to go down to. However, it's very illusory right now because it looks like we're still, in some ways, we're still going down that path. But the end was written a long time ago and it's all just still playing out. And what happened, they're saying with the karmic, was that they already knew the end also with the karmic. They already knew that was eventually going to come to an end and it just needed to play out. They were in love with you and they were headed towards you in their heart and even in their mind and some of their plans and things. But they just had to let the karmic situation kind of peter out more naturally, and kind of take their lumps and space their lumps apart rather than taking all the lumps at one time. Okay, so he's feeling vulnerable. He's feeling vulnerable and he's needing some protection. So we'll do a light language blessing for him. I hope you like having sex in hidden places and are open-minded about sex, because I have many things I want to do with you. Best get prepared for that, girls. He's also maybe currently or has been dealing with a legal issue. Could be a divorce, could be a child custody, could be a stalker, could be so many different things. But whatever it is, he's going to reach out to you as soon as he knows the coast is clear and that the situation can be trusted. He feels like he's created or he can create for you a home where you guys feel safe and happy, and it really does truly feel like home. I just got the word new. Some of you are moving to a new home. So he's asking for just a little bit more space and grace while he's daydreaming about and creating the life that you guys would want to have together. What else, guys? I just saw that you guys are like pearls being, they're kind of a weird shape. They have all these like bumps and lumps, and it's kind of odd shape, the pearls, before they become perfectly round. It takes time of grinding it down to that perfectly round thing that you put on a necklace. So some of the masculines are still in a bit of a raw state. They're still that beautiful pearl, but they're not like perfectly round like they want to be. So the universe is assuring those masculines that they will be that round pearl later, but they don't have to be the round pearl right now, like perfectly round for their feminines. It's been slow and steady progress, and whoa, now it's about to pick up fast. Now it's time for them to really come forward quickly. Okay, 881 jumped in my head. 881. Doors are opening for your career and finances, and you can help with the flow of abundance by practicing daily positive affirmations, such as, I now open my arms to receiving the loving gifts that the universe brings to me and to everyone. I don't know. I like the one, I feel like I've won the lottery in every area of my life. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. So, but use whatever works for you. Is it true that most of our viewers are going to come into a really abundant time coming up very soon? This would be a yes, the Knight of Swords, and it might happen quickly. And I feel like since it was just on the butt end of us talking about love, that it could be either you and your masculine together, creating a very abundant business together or project, and or your masculine or you already have a bunch and you're putting it together or something, or one of you. It's just going to be abundant when you guys come together. If you don't have a lot of money, so you're like, I don't know about that, then probably your masculine does. Okay, what else do you guys want to say? Wow. He surrendered. Maybe he was even feeling competitive, like he felt like he had some competition. So he's like, yeah, interesting, because it might be that you have three contenders, 3 suitors. There's a black cat, a white cat, but this cat's black and white. Oh, this is the cat. This is the one that looks like Annie. This is that card that looks like, and that looks totally just like her. It's amazing. Anyway, So maybe this masculine has learned to balance his his shadow side with his positive side, and he feels really balanced now, and so he can lay down his swords. He doesn't need to fight anymore. Or it could be that you had a masculine who would represent the black side, and you had a masculine who represented the white side, and your masculine is a combination between the two, whatever rings a bell for you. But he's stepping in his power, and things are going to go forward very quickly with plenty of communication, lots of love. This is getting hit by Cupid's arrows. Again, that looks like Annie. Look at that. Looks like her back. Amazing. So maybe Annie's been helping you guys. I know in the last live, she gave some kind of a message toward the end, like in the last 10 minutes, I think, of the last live on Monday. You might want to check that out. Annie gives a message. So it could be very well what she said. It's what she said. But yeah, he's getting into his power. Okay, what else? I just saw a piano. Somebody needs to get to practicing their piano now. If you've been thinking about doing that, then this is your little nudge. Like, yes, go ahead. I also saw somebody being really shy, and I saw a little bunny. Also, when I went like this, I could see like a little bunny just kind of like a little nervous and scared. And it's just like, go on, bunny, go on. And so that may be like a hesitance about going into the new life, because bunnies are about new beginnings. They're about sex too, fertility, so maybe you're going to be nervous about being a mom, or you might be nervous about the new beginning, or you might be nervous about sex. So they're saying to roll with it and trust. They said that you can trust. Yeah. I'm planning on us working together. So maybe your masculine is wanting to work with you. And if not, then it's like he's going to stop working against you. Like maybe he's pushed you away, or maybe he's been putting everything else first but you, and now he's going to move you on up the list of priorities. Whoa, I just felt like this fresh new energy come through. And jazz music. It was so cool for a minute. They're mentioning something about, your best memories when you look back and you're like, am I ever going to experience that wonderful, beautiful thing again? Like eating at a fancy restaurant overlooking a harbor and listening to some really beautiful music and having some drinks and having a really nice dinner and, things like that you've had before. Like, is that ever going to happen again? It's been so long. And maybe a picnic in the park with someone special and hearing the children running around, giggling around you, or like some of your favorite moments. They're saying it's not over. And I just got the best is yet to come. So they're saying it'll feel dreamlike. It'll feel dreamlike. Let go. They're saying let go of, some of you are kind of stressed about making a decision between suitors, and they're saying go with what feels right. Go with what feels really good. Just keep following down that path, whatever that is. And they're saying don't worry. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't be thinking too far into the future. Just keep navigating with what feels most comfortable for you and what really like makes you glow from the inside out. Well, keeping in mind also that you're helping be leaders in the new earth. So who do you see yourself leading with? Because many of the power couples are coming together right now to really make a difference. So, pick the person that you feel you can really, truly make a difference with. They said someone who's got their shit together. Isn't that funny? They're bringing up Kermit the Frog. When I think of Kermit the Frog, it reminds me of a meme that they talk about like in our current events where we're slowly being boiled, but we don't know it because the fire is just very, very slowly being turned up. Like first you wear these things on your face, and then you stand a certain amount of feet apart, and then this, and then that, 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 and then that. Before we know it, where horrible, horrible things are happening. Okay. So they're saying some of you who realize that that's happening and you're aware that's happening, you are like Kermit. They're showing like Kermit on a surfboard on the waves of the boiling pot. You guys aren't going to get boiled. They're saying that it's increasing, the uncomfortableness is increasing. Yes, but you're not actually going to be boiled. You're over top of it. So just stay over top of it. Keep your faith. Know your truth. Stand in your truth. And then I see you jumping off of the surfboard out of the pot altogether. Is anyone going to get boiled? Some people are going to get boiled by their fear, not by the actual circumstances. I mean, there are some real bad timelines, but it just feels at this point that most of the people who are going to go down a really bad road are doing it from their own mentality, from their own thinking and their own fears of what, like some people are committing the S word. I don't know if I should say it, but some people are leaving this planet, and it's just purely based on their fear. And it's really scary to think of what these guys had planned, but I do believe it's all under control right now. Yeah, can you confirm that, please? Past life connections, things coming together for everyone, like people feeling really good together, getting back to like when you were a kid, everything was trusting and open and childlike and going into like that awe and wonder of a child when you're wondering what everything is and you're really curious. I feel like that's the time that we're coming into, that's what it's leading up to, is sharing with one another in that childlike way as well. And look at this, the Wheel of Fortune means that something's faded and the devil's being thrown off the wheel. If the devil's being thrown off the wheel, what's that leave in charge? God. Also, temptation is being thrown out. All those things that like addictions and things that were holding you back from your ultimate happiness before, I feel like those things are also going to be ending, because everything's becoming more authentic and true at this time. Things are being exposed for healing. They're being exposed for healing and to create a more authentic new earth going forward. So keep all of that in mind when you choose your partner as well. Say bye-bye to the devil, because the devil is gone and they just said in all its guises. And you're going into a time of faith. They are saying have faith, have complete faith of what's unfolding for us and what's coming in our future. Because we're going through many lessons right now, but we're going forward into a passionate new time of new and prosperous and exciting beginnings. So we're winning, you guys. We're going to win. The good guys are winning, despite how it looks, but some people really need it, and it's going forth in a really grounded, mature way. And this is the guy who's got the Midas touch, and he can make anything happen. He can turn things to gold if he wants to. So you are the ultimate manifester of your future. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, forgot what I was going to say, but sorry. Guess it wasn't supposed to be said yet, but play to create. Do you dream of more happiness, well-being, and love? That is a high-frequency dream. High-frequency dreams become reality when we align ourselves with the matching frequency. There is a way to raise frequency to become more magnetic to opportunities, to the right people, solutions, and helpful guidance. To bring your dreams to life, for now, let go of the struggle and embrace the way of play. They said play all day. Some of you need to play all day. Wow. Now, we just talked about destiny stepping in and the devil being thrown out. Good fortune granted is what this one's called. Good fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Now, good fortune granted. Just as there are physical seasons upon the earth, the soul too goes through its seasons. Spring in the soul heralds a time of rebirth or birth. New ideas, new inspirations, new energy to take action, new life, new connections, and new gifts abound. New life and good fortune are headed your way. Cha-ching! Are stimulus checks coming? Yes. Are they going to come like some of them, like some people have said, like 2000? Yeah. Okay. And is yeah, I just asked if the fake A is going to be exposed. I got a yes. Are we going to have to do the EBS? I don't think so. Are they going to take over mainstream media and start making them tell the truth? Absolutely yes. So we won't need the EBS? I don't think so. Okay. Well, good. Because that was, yeah, I mean, are we going to go through the 10 days of darkness? We already have. We already have. Interesting. Gift from God is coming, a commitment, an incredible opportunity. This is an incredible opportunity, they said. And they're showing like a crossroads, all these like railroad, all these ties coming together. So you have to think quick on your feet in some moments, but always choose peace, always choose love, steer away from fear, and choose to have faith in a bright future. All of this is just a play rolling out, right? Yes, thank God. I mean, it really looks quite fake when you look at the evidence behind everything going on. You guys, I know you're watching other channels and you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, then you need to be looking into that stuff. BitChute is a really great resource. Brand New Tube is a really great resource. Huge Tube, UGE Tube. Yeah. And I also want to encourage you guys to get on my Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Amy Satori. You can be a part of my community over there. I'm going to be giving you guys inside information if we ever should, if ever I come off of YouTube or whatever, you guys are going to be my tribe. So, well, you already are my tribe, but we just had this really awesome reading for the February energies too, off the charts. And it was like an hour-long reading. So if you guys want to go over on there, then I'll be there. And I do appreciate your guys' support so much. And if my lives ever stop, like if YouTube kicks me out for telling the truth, then somebody said the other day, there's the society is becoming either one or the other. You're either a truther or a traitor. And you'll understand that when you really delve into what's going on behind the scenes. Okay. So wow. Have faith. Have unwavering faith, in fact, because this is all a gift from God. It's all going to balance out and go forward unstoppably into that bright future where you're going to feel like this with your community again, and you're going to align with your true love, and your love is going to finally express himself or herself, and you guys will come together. All these power couples are coming together in this new earth. It's going to be really incredible. It's going to be such an inspiring time. I mean, such an inspiring time. They're telling you not to worry, that there will be success. There will be success in the end. Okay. They said crazy chapter. It's really a crazy chapter. Do you guys remember what Celeste told me at the very beginning of all this? Like, why was all the toilet paper gone off the shelves? And I was like, what the hell is happening? Am I in the Twilight Zone? They just gave me one word, and it was rumors. And it's turned out to be absolutely 100% true. And I've learned to relax as time has gone by. And I just wish I would have realized this in the very beginning, that it was all planned out, and it just all had to kind of play out in a scary way to make people wake up to what's been going on, so they can start making a difference in this world and start turning all this around. Yeah, it's really scary how quickly some of these scary things seem to just have rolled out so quickly. There was a lot of money behind all of it. It was all gonna, I mean, God has the ultimate say in what's going on here. And it's been in biblical times for a reason. We're living revelations right now. Isn't this weird? Like, we're one of those people that they talk about in the Bible. Like, when you read about those people way back in ancient times, that's like actually happening now. There's going to be like books where they say back in 2021,
this happened and that happened and that happened, and people were scared and they were there. Some people turned from God and others went toward God, and like others were in fear and they had no faith and blah, 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 blah. And they were split by this and that and the other thing. So they're going to be talking about these days in the future. Isn't that crazy to think? We're like one of those people they talk about in the Bible. I wonder what they're going to call us. Probably the traitors or the truthers. And you're a traitor to love if you're in fear, you guys. You know, I remember putting my blinders on back when. I remember when people would mention some of these off the wall things, I'd be like, yeah, right. You know, it was too scary to look at. Because if I were to have considered it, the problem was I didn't have all the information. You know, people would just spout stuff off here and there, all blah, blah, don't you know that? No, no, no. And I'd just be like, gosh, what's your problem? You know, but when I started to look at some of these videos that they've put together that are very, that they have all the proof and evidence. It's all spelled out, like really like elementary. I mean, it's when you see it all in a presentation that spells it all out for you, why it was all happening and all the ways in which it was all intricately designed, and all the networks and when you look at all of it, all of the evidence, it makes perfect sense. It sounds crazy coming out of the mouths of some of the people who said it and who they were or that kind of thing, you know, because maybe you already thought they were a little weird or something like that. But honestly, though, like when you really look into some of these things, it's amazing how that information is out there circulating and people don't even realize it's true. There's no such thing anymore, you guys, as conspiracy theorists. It's all true. Most of it, probably all of it, actually, is true. So don't poo-poo any of that kind of stuff. Really take a really good look, because they got hell of a lot more proof and evidence than the fake show that's going on right now. Trust me. So be willing to take a look at it like I did. You know, be willing to finally say, okay, well, what you got? What do you want to show me? Ask somebody to show you a video or something. You know what I mean? Don't just get defensive and say, oh, it's not true, or that's a bunch of baloney, or don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. I mean, if somebody has a different opinion than you, then ask them questions. What do you mean? Why do you believe that? Why do you think that? Share information. I'll give you a video on it. I'm happy to explain. And I just got the number 222. So let's look at that. Trust that everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to, with divine blessings for everyone involved. Let go and have faith. Wow. All right. Is there a piece of advice for everyone right now? Magic of the moon to manifest. Just as the light of the moon ebbs and flows, all things happen according to a timing that benefits the greater garden of life, right? You got to pull back right now and look at the big picture of what's happening right now and have faith in it. How short-lived that garden would seem if all the flowers bloomed at once and then it was over, right? Oh my gosh, this is so true. If I blossomed sooner, it wouldn't have impacted me the same as when I was finally open to it and I watched the fall of the cabal. All of a sudden, it's just like I knew something was so weird that was going on with all this stuff when it first came out. And then when I watched that video, it all made perfect sense. It's a 4-hour video. If you guys want to watch it, you could find it on BitChute. Just go to BitChute and put it in the search for Fall of the Cabal. As the next moon grows full, set your intention. Your time for blossoming is near. And I just saw a couple holding hands. It all goes hand in hand. It really does. They said, what do you put, and I've said this so many times before, but what do you put your security in, love or fear? In tangible things, material things, because those can be taken away. Those can be washed away in one wave. You know what I mean? Or do you have your faith in God? Do you have your faith in spirit? Do you have your faith in the unseen? All these cute little fun little creatures on the other side are trying to help you, listen to them, talk to fairies if you need. Fairies can be really, really wonderful listeners, very compassionate, loving little beings. Go to your animals for comfort and talk to your animals maybe. Try some telepathy on, because we're coming into a time of telepathy coming up here. We're very unevolved people, really, when you compare us to other beings in the galaxies. We're really kind of dumb. And I think that's quite evident when you look around at everybody who's fallen for this whole, ridiculous play. You're just like, what? Oh my gosh. So they're doing some protection for you guys, and also helping you spread truth in a way that's impactful and not judgmental. I mean, as silly as we think the whole thing is, they also feel like we're silly sometimes too. And we are, when we're acting like all dramatic about it, and it is it's a big deal. But trying to explain it this blessing is going to help you explain it in such a way that they can actually receive it, that they can actually say, okay, good, let me take a look into it. Thank you for making that point. And I know that's a really hard thing to do right now, but this is how we're helping people awaken. When people see you thriving and doing really well and still kissing and hugging other people, not kissing and hugging other people, you know what I mean? Kissing the person that you love, hugging on other people, closeness and intimacy, and rising up against the tyranny. And they see this goodness coming out in a peaceful way, but standing in your power type of way, then you're going to be inspiring them. But then you also need to be able to convey yourself in such a way that, like I said, they're not going to give you that pushback and that automatic defensive no. We got to break through these barriers, and together we can do that, and we can share that kind of information to help. How do we wake people up before their whole house burns down? Hamama inata insa se shiken hapa ina helaku shomahanati. So sono popoma mahena nai halakirina tais. Yeah, they're waiting until a certain amount of people wake up to before they start really coming out with letting everybody really know what was going on. So let the process continue to unfold. If you get frightened, just get back on track again, and just remember, if it weren't for the frightening stuff, then these people wouldn't wake up. It's like when there's a fire going on in a house, it starts off really little, and then, it gets a little bigger and a little bigger. It consumes a room, but it's not the room you're in, so it's okay. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, and then some of these people might have to be right in the middle of the fire actually consuming the whole entire place before they finally open their eyes and look around, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm the frog that's been boiled. In if 1 second longer and I'm going to be dead, So they're going to, rise up and run for the door. But, and you're sitting there going, I knew the fire was there. I knew when it started. I knew when it was little. I knew that it was big. And I tried to warn you when it was starting to take the upstairs. And you're just kind of standing back there just having to watch the whole thing. And it's horrifying, but it takes what it takes. And they know on the other side, they know. And trust me, the people in charge are aware of what's happening energetically. And they have their pulse on how many people are actually awakened right now, how many, and they're looking for a certain number of these people to be. I don't know how they're measuring it. Maybe the Schumann resonance. I doubt that though, because that's already really high, but something is going to be some kind of a marker that they're looking for. Maybe they're looking for a certain amount of pushback. Maybe they're looking for some of us who know to really be out there getting aggressive and pushing back. I don't know what it's going to take, but it's like something's got to break Something's got to break in a big way in order for them to say, all right, okay, we've heard you and we're going to start speaking the truth now, and all the mainstream media is going to be shut down and they're just going to start pumping out the truth. So, okay. Anything else you guys want to say to everybody? It's all going to be okay. It's all going to work out. Don't be afraid. Stand up for your rights. Know what your rights are. Go to the Healthy American on YouTube as well as on Instagram. She's incredibly helpful and she really makes you feel like you've got backing in all of this. Look into some of this. Look into some of this stuff that's going on as well, because I'm just trying to be careful about what I say. Really careful. Look into the facts. Don't just assume that what everybody is saying is fact. Look actually at the proof and evidence of it. They called them Bereans of noble character in the Bible, those that were willing to look through the illusions and find the truth underneath. For some reason, they're saying that true love will not falter. I don't know what that means, but I think that they're saying that, when you guys choose your true love path and come together, you guys will not stumble and fall. I think that's the masculine's ultimate fear, is that they're going to somehow experience failure in this. And they're saying, you absolutely will not. You will not fail. You will not fail. You guys are here to succeed, not fail. Okay, and I saw a big smiley face. Okay, good. All right, you guys, have yourselves a beautiful week, and we'll talk to you next week.
If you like my videos, please like, subscribe, and share them with your friends. Also, feel free to join me at patreon.com/Amy Satori, where I post monthly energy readings, pick a decks, and other goodies for members only, including discounts for readings and being entered to win a free reading at the end of the year. Memberships start as low as $5.55 a month. Sometimes I even put my free collective love readings on Patreon first before uploading them here to YouTube. You can check the description of my videos for the most up-to-date information.